He's a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason.
It's business, it's the office. I enjoy it because this is what I love to do.
Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter.
I understand, Canelo is bigger than me and whatnot, but I'm up for the challenge.
The possible bout between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has caused a stir in the boxing community. Both are top fighters with distinct skill sets, and their possible matchup might turn into one of the most eagerly awaited fights in modern boxing history. Canelo Alvarez recently discussed his feelings on Terence Crawford's increasing influence in the sport and the prospect of sparring with him. His remarks and Crawford's retorts have fueled the flames and generated a lot of debate among boxing fans and commentators. With his extraordinary training schedule in anticipation of a possible bout with Canelo, Terence Crawford has been creating ripples in the boxing community. Crawford has long been renowned for his skill and work dedication, and his most recent training videos are no exception. In order to increase his strength and endurance, the videos demonstrate a variety of strength and conditioning activities, such as weightlifting and resistance training. Crawford is also honing his punching technique through shadowboxing and heavy bag sessions, hoping to improve his accuracy and speed. Crawford appears prepared to take on the task of going up 2 weight classes to take on a fighter like Canelo, based on his increased training. Conversely, Canelo Alvarez has had conflicting reactions to Crawford's training. Although he acknowledges Crawford's skill, he also underlined how crucial weight classes are in boxing. Canelo has been adamant that weight divisions are in place for a reason and that Crawford performs best at 147 pounds, not 168 pounds, which is where the two would fight. Canelo bases his position on the notion that increasing weight causes a noticeable disparity in stature and power, which he feels would disadvantage Crawford. Over the course of his career, Canelo has progressively advanced through the weight classes. After winning the WBC world title in the super welterweight class, he went on to become the unified middleweight champion at 160 pounds. He went from light heavyweight to super middleweight, where he became the first undisputed 4-belt champion, and even overcame Sergey Kovalev to win the IBF title. Canelo has repeatedly demonstrated that he is capable of managing the difficulties that arise with switching weight classes, and these accomplishments speak eloquently about his ability. For this reason, his concerns about taking on Crawford at 168 pounds appear to be based on a need to preserve his honor and guarantee a fair fight. Although Canelo has previously expressed reluctance to fight Crawford, rumors suggest that the two fighters have lately had conversations, raising the prospect of a bout soon. Talks between Canelo and Crawford have been aided by boxing power broker Turki Al-Sheikh, and Saudi Arabia has been suggested as a possible location for the bout. Since rumors of these talks surfaced, interest in the fight has only increased. The fight may happen as early as September 2025, which falls on Mexico's Independence Day weekend. Should the bout take place, it will surely rank among the most significant boxing bouts, garnering international interest. But Crawford faces a big obstacle in the bout since he would have to put on 14 pounds to reach the super middleweight weight limit of 168 pounds. Although Crawford's recent climb up to 154 pounds, when he defeated Israel Madrimov to win the world title, was a major career milestone, facing Canelo at a higher weight class would be unprecedented. Given Canelo's significant strength at the higher weight class, many experts have expressed concerns about Crawford's body's ability to manage the additional weight. Crawford has demonstrated a great deal of confidence in his skills despite the weight difference. He thinks he is skilled enough to overcome the size differential and has long wanted to fight Canelo. Crawford is regarded by many as one of the world's top pure boxers because to his technical skill. Both fans and analysts appreciate him for his speed, footwork, and boxing IQ. But the question still stands: can Crawford's abilities be sufficient to defeat Canelo's overwhelming strength and size? Canelo has also voiced doubts about facing Crawford, especially given Crawford's propensity to maneuver around the ring and steer out of direct confrontations. Canelo, who is renowned for his unrelenting pressure and ability to knock opponents out, has acknowledged that he may find Crawford's fighting style dull. Crawford may be hard to tie down because of his movement, but Canelo likes opponents who participate in exchanges and hold their ground. Canelo has made it clear that he dislikes fighting opponents who sidestep him and make the fight less thrilling, but he has also said that he would be amenable to a battle with Crawford if the money was right. Canelo's trainer Eddie Reynoso reiterated this opinion, stressing that the fight might be extremely difficult. Although Canelo's size and strength are major advantages, Crawford's boxing prowess might make for an exciting and highly tactical fight. There are worries, though, that Crawford might not be able to stand up to Canelo's strength and pressure over a 12-round bout. Given Canelo's reputation for dominating opponents with body blows and unrelenting pursuit, some speculate that Crawford's lack of knockout power at the heavier weight may play a significant role. Crawford's detractors have noted that his record might not be as stellar as some people think. Many contend that Crawford's resume lacks elite-level competition, despite the fact that he has defeated some well-known opponents, including Errol Spence. Since Spence had been impacted by a high-speed car accident years prior, many people believed that he was not at his best as a fighter when he met Crawford. Because of this, some critics think Crawford's record is inflated and that he hasn't encountered enough elite competition to merit the accolades he has gotten. Canelo, on the other hand, has a long list of well-known victories over some of the top fighters of his generation. His reign as the undisputed super middleweight champion cemented his place among the world's top fighters, as he has triumphed over opponents like Daniel Jacobs, Sergey Kovalev, and Gennady Golovkin. Canelo has an advantage in experience and versatility because he has fought and won against opponents in a variety of weight classes. Crawford has not yet demonstrated that he can jump between weight classes and still sustain his supremacy at the highest level. Crawford is eager to compete against the greatest and maintains his confidence in his skills in spite of the criticism. His recent training videos demonstrate that he is taking the task seriously, and he has stated that he wants to fight Canelo. Crawford's desire and readiness to take chances to establish his legacy in the sport are demonstrated by his will to make the jump to 168 pounds. In the boxing world, the fight will surely be a significant event if it happens. Fans across the world may see a thrilling show as Canelo's strength and Crawford's technical boxing clash. It remains to be seen if Crawford can overcome his weight disadvantage and contend with Canelo's strength, but one thing is for sure: boxing fans everywhere are intrigued by this possible bout. Former champions, trainers, and boxing commentators have all offered their opinions on the bout in the run-up to it. Some contend that Crawford's technical prowess and boxing IQ will give him the advantage, while others think Canelo's bulk and strength will be too much for him. The outcome of the fight ultimately rests on how each fighter responds to the obstacles their opponent presents, making it a real 50-50 matchup. More discussion has been triggered by Canelo's remarks on Crawford's record and his views on weight classes. Although some think Canelo's position makes sense, others contend that Crawford should have a chance to win the title because of his achievements in several weight classes. Crawford has demonstrated that he is willing to take on any challenge, regardless of size or weight difference, and his confidence in his skills is clear. The boxing community will keep an eye on the events surrounding this possible bout in the upcoming months. Any formal statements or updates about Canelo and Crawford's negotiations are highly anticipated by fans. Given that both competitors are at the height of their abilities, this bout may rank among the best in boxing history. It will be interesting to see if Crawford can overcome Canelo's bulk and strength, but there is no denying the intensity of the bout. Boxing fans have been excitedly awaiting the possibility of a September 2025 battle in Las Vegas, and as the talks proceed, it appears that this bout may materialize sooner rather than later. Ultimately, boxing is an unpredictable sport, and both Canelo and Crawford have repeatedly demonstrated their willingness to take on any opponent in order to establish their reputations. One thing is clear: regardless of whether this possible bout materializes, boxing fans will be attentively observing as these two titans of the sport continue to forge their careers.